What up, Monica?
Monica, Braves with my J's. Happy birthday to my beautiful brother Luke. What's up, dude?
My birthday's not till tomorrow, bro.
We don't.
But thank you.
Wait. I thought the 28th was only in a leap year. Is the 29th that's only in a leap year?
Yeah, 29.
Sorry, guys. Early birthday. All right. So it's Luke's birthday tomorrow. I have COVID, if my voice sounds weird. And nice. Let's see. Let's smoke a J.
You want to smoke a J, bro?
I'm gonna smoke. I don't want to. I feel like I just have to because it's your birthday tomorrow. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what the customer wants. I'll call you tomorrow too. I don't know what the calendar is anymore. Well, I watched the Jake Paul yesterday, dude.
I know, I did. I fucking. You called it, man. I think you called it, right, Tommy? You had Tommy.
No, I actually thought Jake Paul was gonna win by knockout, just because in my head I thought Jake Paul has. I figured he had better stamina and was going to be much more aggressive. But Tommy Fury froze him with too many jabs and too much footwork. And you know what? I thought this after the first couple rounds. I was like, these two guys aren't good enough to be on TV. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm proud of Jake for going out there and trying it and all that. But after a few rounds, I was like, bro, I can't believe how many times I watched Lomachenko and didn't appreciate it. I thought, every boxer out there is just fucking magically gifted. And that's just what you get. If they're on TV, they're perfect. They're going to be the best thing to ever happen. Or Floyd Mayweather or Manny Pacquiao or even some of the, lesser known boxers. But the truth is, the people that usually get on TV for boxing are fucking amazing. They're amazing boxers, and they still don't get any credit.
I love it, bro. I fucking love it.
But Tommy Fury and Jake Paul, especially after watching them, they just kept clinching and it looked like a shitty sparring round that you see at a boxing gym, where you're just like, oh, why am I even watching this? It's not important. I'm gonna leave. Practice is over.
Hype train is real, man. The hype train is real. It's psychology. The psychology, it was masterful on Jake Paul's part because he really has the gift of the gab to sell the tickets and really hype it up.
Yeah, he does have that, and that's why I kind of felt so duped because I was like, I can't believe I bought into this.
Even Tyson Fury said, he had to give Jake a lot of props for selling the fight. He wants Tommy to fight Jake again, and he even said that Jake was better than he thought. And Jake did block him pretty good that one time in the late rounds, but
that was one of those things where I think we didn't really even get to see Tommy Fury unlock his true potential. I think Tommy Fury might be a great boxer in a little bit if he actually thinks about what makes him because right now he's not better than anybody else in a lot of ways. In almost every way, there's somebody out there who's way better, not just better, but what's the word? Professional boxing, especially at the upper levels, has people that are I'm trying to think. They're like savants. They're not just normal. I'm thinking of Tyson Fury, that guy. These are guys where it's you watch them and you can just see how special they are. Tommy Fury might have that in a little bit, but he'll have to figure it out for himself. I don't know what direction he's going to go where he's got something that the best at the top can't just squash. Because I mean, he looked. There was a few times he looked bad against Jake Paul, and Jake Paul is a shitty boxer, especially for top level boxing compared to those guys. In fact, when after we get done with this birthday podcast and COVID-19 podcast, I'm gonna do a reaction video to Tommy Fury versus Usyk Alexander, because that's where they were fighting at. Jake Paul and Tommy Fury were fighting at cruiserweight, which is basically the same division as Usyk Alexander. And Usyk Alexander would smoke. Honestly, you could put Tommy Fury and Jake Paul against Usyk Alexander at the same time, like 2 against 1 in a boxing ring, and Usyk would still knock their bitch asses out.
Usyk's heavyweight.
He's just went up to heavyweight and beat fucking Anthony Joshua.
He's going to be boxing Tyson Fury here next.
Well, and that's one of those magic things. I wonder how Tyson Fury is going to box him.
Oh, he's going to make Usyk look like a hype train. Even though Usyk is elite and super good, like, I think no one beats Usyk except for Tyson. But
it's hard to imagine Tyson Fury lose. He's so much bigger than Usyk. Tyson Fury is, fuck, man, he's probably 100 pounds bigger than fucking Usyk Alexander. And taller, he's probably 5 inches taller. But we'll see. We'll see if Usyk's dancing Ukrainian style can beat the Gypsy King. I don't think it can, because I even think if Usyk's even a better boxer than Tyson Fury, I think Tyson Fury just lays it on and goes ham. And goes, well, I'm not, it goes, because that's the thing we saw in Tyson Fury's last fight against Deontay Wilder. We realized, like, oh, Tyson Fury likes boxing and he likes to make the sweet science look cool, but he can also go ham. He can fucking out Wilder, you know?
Yeah, Wilder's fucking, he tried 3 times, man. Can't do it. And
he got close. He got closer than probably anybody. Actually, you know who got the closest to beating Tyson Fury that I can remember? I forget his name, but it was Tyson Fury's warm-up fight. He was coming back from a long layoff, and he didn't want to jump right into a championship match, which was smart. So he ended up, who was that guy? It was some German guy. But either way, I'll put a video. I'll put a picture of him up in the video, and get you his name. But the guy cut Tyson Fury really bad, and they almost stopped the fight and fucking gave it to the German guy. Tyson Fury was pissed, bro. You could see he was like, "Fuck, this cut might end this fight. I might lose my undefeated record because I was fucking around with this stupid German guy."
What's your prediction for the next Jake Paul matchup? Tommy said he's going to.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I want to see Jake Paul fight fucking Mike Platinum Perry. That's actually a fun fight. That's a fight I pay $50 for, especially if you can get a decent undercard on it, or maybe get somebody really good, to get somebody with talent to box. Because I don't like watching this trash bare knuckle shit all night. I want to see good boxing at least once a night. So if we could get Lomachenko versus somebody and a few of the other guys, and see Jake Paul versus Mike Platinum Perry, I think that's a really good fight.
Yeah, but Jake's gonna want to walk it back. He's not gonna let it go until he gets to fight him again. Which I think he should put some more fights under his belt before he does a rematch with.
I think Jake needs to immediately jump to MMA right now. I think if he doesn't jump to MMA right now and he keeps fucking around, because we've already seen, at least I've seen enough, you know, I've watched enough boxing to know when somebody's got something special when they don't. Jake Paul doesn't have any special attribute besides the mind game to get him through the fight, to get him to win. And I saw it last night. Even Tyson Fury, who I would say he's not a tenth as good as he needs to be to get into heavyweight championship range. Tyson Fury is a weak boxer, especially when it comes to the elites. Could you imagine? Lomachenko could probably beat Tyson Fury. Like if I give him, you know, especially give him an amateur set of rules, give him a short fight. I think Lomachenko could beat fucking Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury has jab, and he's got a little footwork, but he's really not fast enough. And we saw it last night against Jake Paul. He's not fast enough for one of these really good cruiserweights.
Oh, you mean Tommy? You've been saying Tyson. You mean Tommy?
Yeah, fuck, man, my bad. Anyway, but I think Tommy Fury, he's not as tenth as I mean, Jake Paul got really lucky, and he also fried Tommy. He used a lot of mental attacks during the build-up to kind of fry Tommy's approach to the fight. But once Tommy got fucking warmed up, he looked good. He looked fine. He looked like a professional boxer against an amateur, somebody who probably should be in MMA. But I also was like, Tommy Fury, you need to get a lot better if you ever expect to get a belt in this division.
That is the thing, is that Tommy he was 8-0, and it was all professional boxers who were amateur boxers, but they were still, that's their goal in life.
Tommy's the combined record of Tommy Fury's opponents is shitty. He's never fought anybody that was a winning fighter.
Well, that's Jake Paul. That's a good point that Jake Paul made. But at the same time, Tommy said he's been boxing since he was like 6 years old, and then he's got the greatest boxer of all time as his brother, who's been him and his brother and his dad since he was 6. And so for Jake to even do that well, when you're up against a really good boxer, a professional boxer, even if you actually do pretty good, you're going to look like shit.
Well, and that was the thing about Jake Paul last night. I noticed Jake Paul several times thinking he could set his feet in head movement and feint with Tommy Fury, and he really couldn't. He would sit there, set his feet, and take aim and try to kind of, bob and weave with Tommy, but ended up having to throw a blind jab every time because he was Tommy's speed was just too much for him. You saw it a few times. Tommy Fury would come in quick, and Jake Paul would just set his feet, close his eyes, and send out the stiffest jab he could. And a lot of them landed because Tommy Fury's a fucking bum-ass fighter. Tommy Fury's not good enough.
He said he was going to knock him out in the 4th, and he didn't. He didn't do it.
In fact, he got knocked down.
Yeah, that's the thing. And that actually is kind of, that's I can't blame Jake. And then
he's really lucky Jake Paul has pillow hands.
He's lucky. Jake Paul is the reason that Tommy became a millionaire overnight.
Mm-hmm.
And so Tommy's definitely going to do the rematch because now he's confident he can beat Jake.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another, $1 million plus payday. And Tyson, his brother, said in an interview, that now that Tommy has won his first big stage fight, he's not going to lose. He's never going to lose again. So
he might not, dude. That's the thing. He might get really good. Tommy Fury might be a champion, but
he's been trained. It's just like Makhachev being trained by Nurmagomedov. It's an adopted son that's been doing it since he was little.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if Tommy's adopted, but I just know that when your family says you don't take the Fury name with you if you lose. That's you're fucking.
Yeah, that is hardcore.
That's hardcore, bro. You don't want to lose. Can you imagine if you lost?
I kind of see it too, especially now that I watched Jake Paul and I really watched him fight a real boxer. I was like, Jake Paul, you need to get to MMA quick. I wouldn't mind seeing him boxing a little more, especially with Mike Perry, or I would love to see a Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz boxing match.
That's gonna happen. That's definitely gonna happen. I'm pretty sure.
Those are way more interesting to me than seeing him try to get in the ring with these elite fighters that he's just gonna try and mind game into boxing bad so he can knock them out.
Nate, he feels no pain, and if he does, he will never let you know. And Nate he'll fight till he's dead.
Nate's got that cool thing where when he gets hurt, he fights better.
Yeah, Yeah, he fights even fucking. He needs to bleed. He needs to like get really hurt, fight better.
Yeah, it helps him get mad, and he goes, you know what? Fuck all this, and he starts fucking flipping people off and going out there, and you can't put him down.
Like, dude, did you see John Jones' promo?
No.
The UFC is like really building up, hyping up John Jones and Cyril Gane, and dude, they're focusing way more on. If you watch the UFC video they just put up, and it's like mostly a John Jones promotion. So they're fucking the UFC's like backing John Jones already.
Yeah. You know what? I think that it's about time, and I do think John has a very good chance of beating Cyril Gane. But I want to see it because he just looks huge, man. He looks like a big fat bear, and I'm like, how slow is that going to make him? Especially against Cyril Gane, who's like the fastest heavyweight out there.
It's a very interesting matchup because they're both technical skilled fighters, and Cyril's a fucking monster, dude. Have you seen his fists? His fist is bigger than my head.
He reminds me of a Skyrim character, dude.
Yeah, and then he's all like prestigious with his French voice, you know.
He's very well spoken.
Bro. He's a fucking killer, bro.
Oh, the way he took out Tuivasa, and the way he was smacking his hammers down on him, and you saw the meanness in his eyes as he was like, "Nah, fuck it. I don't care if I hit him in the back of the head. Fuck it. Boom, boom. I'll kill this motherfucker for getting in here with me."
Yeah, and Tuivasa is an animal monster.
He is a dude.
And I think that Cyril Gane will become a UFC champion someday.
I think he really could beat John, especially if John Jones is A, not taking his cardio serious, and B, or is just too slow. Because here's the thing, man. John Jones might be a lot bigger right now, but that might mean he's a lot slower too. He might have, done. Do you remember the episode? Did you watch Dragon Ball Z? There's a great episode in the Cell games where Trunks and Vegeta are fighting Cell. And Trunk thinks he's like going so good. He's getting so strong. He keeps powering up, and he can't even lay a finger on Cell. And Vegeta gets on his case. He's like, "You were only making yourself slower. It doesn't matter how strong you are if you can't hit him. You're too slow." And then Vegeta showed him how it was done. But that's how I think about John Jones right now. I'm like, he might have gotten big and strong, but the speed loss is a real factor. He might legit have some problem, especially against Cyril Gane, dude. This isn't like you're losing a little bit of speed and going and fighting Derek Lewis or somebody. You're fighting Cyril Gane, dude. That guy dances around like a ballerina in there.
Yeah, he does. He looks super light on his feet.
He looks like he's got a lot of he dances around kind of like McGregor does,
Hey, can you imagine seeing somebody who's like 250, 275? I don't know how much he weighs, but like
about probably 250.
Yeah, but he acts like he's like 150.
Yeah.
And he even said in one of his interviews, he's like, "I'm the fastest heavyweight right now that there is." You had on top of that his technicality skills, his fight IQ is like it's up there.
Mm-hmm.
It's up there with John Jones. John Jones is a fucking technical fucking killer, bro. Like he's like legitimate. If we just cloned a bunch of John Joneses and then that was our United States Army, like we'd be fucking good, bro.
Maybe
just give them Matrix downloadable fight moves into their brain. They could even like relive John Jones's training, but speed it up into their brains and then put them out there in fucking stormtrooper suits with USA flags on them.
I don't know. I wouldn't want a John Jones as my super soldier.
Oh, we'd be the scariest fucking.
Bro, just look at how many times you don't want super troopers that are out there just getting their asses in trouble all the time. If I'm gonna have a super soldier, it's gonna be Khabib Nurmagomedov, a good, respectful boy that honors his religion and his father, and he knows right and wrong. You know, he doesn't have time for people that go out and drink and gamble and all that stuff. He's too on track taking care of his mom. You know, if we're gonna make anybody a super soldier, I want Khabib. I'll tell you what, with this COVID, the thing that helps the most is just a little cough drop. You know, you don't need a bunch of fucking medication for COVID. If you have a bag of cough drops, you're probably fine.
Dude, that would put to bed like any fucking COVID talk. Unless some strain comes out that's super mutated and it's like, no, this time I'm coming back and I'm killing off all the humans. And that's, you know, that could still happen, but
honestly, COVID's no worse than like a really harsh joint. The last time you smoked like a too dry pre-roll that'd been sitting on the rack too long, and I've coughed a couple times. The only thing that's really changed with me is I felt a little bit like achy, but I had just gone to the gym, so I was like, maybe I'm getting sore from the gym. I just did a full body workout for the first time in like a week or so, and I went pretty hard, and I think that's probably what ended up letting me get COVID was I'd gone to the gym for the first time in a while. I probably got it from one of those dirt bags.
Yeah.
Or that Bart Budwood show. Everybody was screaming and yelling there. I could see that happen.
I got COVID once really, really bad. I might have gotten it twice, but maybe a more mild one. But the first time I got COVID and where I lost all my taste, I never got vaccinated to this day against COVID. And I that was fine. That was the worst thing that happened to me was, and I have really bad asthma and allergy-induced asthma. Mm-hmm. And all I've done was mom's remedies. Yeah. Vitamin C, vitamin D, take your multivitamin every day. Mm-hmm. You know, take quercetin, take fucking your turmeric and curcumin. And then, you know, you just build up your immune system. So it's so fucking badass all the time. And that was the last, and I've been around people with COVID all the time since. I mean, shit, so many people at the gas station have COVID. They're like, and I'm just like, whatever. Here, I'll just take that gas handle when you're done with it, that gas nozzle.
Yeah.
You know, it's a big deal.
Well, and I kind of think our immune systems are kind of, you know, they're there for a reason. You know, I think a lot of people that have trouble with the COVID were people that lived in kind of secluded, easy environments too long that took too good a care of them. And like, I think a big reason why the old folks home gets swamped with COVID is because none of them even have an immunity built up to anything because they're like in such a secluded, you know, cordoned off area of society in their little old folks home that they don't get exposed to shit. So when something kind of fucked up like COVID does show up, they're like, whoa, we haven't even had like a sneeze in like 2 months.
Yeah.
And then this, you know, devastating Chinese super flu shows up.
We might have to change the way we do healthcare. We might have to start exposing people to shit that they're allergic to, you know, when they're younger. Like when I do my allergy shot.
That's a lot of what vaccines is, kind of. You know, they take a broken piece. I have completed
my allergy shots from my allergy specialist, but what they do is they poke me with every allergen you can think of. It's like a list of like 50 allergens. Mm-hmm. And then they draw a marker circle around the welt if you react to it at all or the redness, and then you can see how much bigger it grows over an hour. And then you can see exactly how allergic you are to every single thing on Earth. And then you just go in and they give you allergy shots with everything you're allergic to in it.
Yeah. But
on a very, very small dosage, it's super watered down. And then over time, they gradually increase the allergens inside the shot, and then eventually you're good. Your body built up an immunity to it.
Yep.
Like sickness.
Yep, that's what they do. But anyway, man, shit.
All right, man. Take off.
I don't know. I was looking at my second joint, and I was like, should I smoke that joint?
Like, I want another bowl of shit, man. Shit.
I need to go get my cough drops real quick, so I can. I'll be right back, bro. Give me like a minute.
Right, man.